Well, it's true. All right, industry is a buzz. Everybody's going crazy right now. PioneerDJ acquires Serato, and this is a shock. Let's not mince words. Let's not put a little bow on this. This is very significant. I don't think anybody had this on their bingo card, and if you were wrote this on April 1st, most people would have absolutely thought this is just a parody. But this is true. Barring, I guess, any antitrust things that might come through New Zealand, maybe in the U.S., highly doubtful. But this is going to happen. AlphaTheta, who owns PioneerDJ, is going to acquire. Now, for those who don't know, AlphaTheta is basically trying to position themselves as like another in-music. And those who know in-music, that's Rain and Denon DJ, Akai, and others. And AlphaTheta had, of course, PioneerDJ, some other little bits of software, and now has Serato. So how does this all play out? Well, to start, I don't think anything changes immediately. I don't think AlphaTheta just has a ton of capital to just kind of throw into some kind of cage match right now. I just don't see it happening. But I think over time, some things are definitely going to happen. And Rekordbox may be the first on the chopping block because you have two software platforms now. And let's face it, anybody that knows, the industry, Rekordbox was made to kill Serato. Pioneer basically thought that with their large installation base and all that they could really push Serato into the lower tier and somehow, come up on top. And that just hasn't panned out. So there's a pretty strong case here that, Rekordbox just, doesn't get really developed for anymore. Maybe a couple more minor updates and all that. But I think this might be a far more plausible scenario than the rest because, again, why pour millions in R&D into two software platforms? There's always a possibility, too, that they just say Serato needs to go away. Now, let's face it, Serato is based off older tech, older design. Their library management is abysmal. I've talked about this before. I love Serato. Library management is abysmal. That's why I went to Virtual DJ. But I think there's a potential case, either some of the things from Rekordbox maybe gets lifted into Serato, or maybe vice versa. I still think Serato comes up on top of this. What becomes a more interesting discussion is what happens with the existing hardware of, say, Rain, Newmark, and others who are currently using Serato. Does AlphaTheta make this big play to try to shut them out? And I think that's a possibility. Why spend all this money onto this platform? Serato itself isn't making big money in that regard. They are, of course, the nexus of how all this runs, but the money's in the hardware. I think in the end, this could become basically a war of attrition. And this kind of puts in-music in a really interesting spot because, of course, they have Engine, and Engine has never rose to the top of the platforms that are out there right now. Does that make in-music decide, what, maybe we'll make a power play for Virtual DJ because they just have a more robust solution. And now you really get this war of basically Pioneer and Serato versus everything else essentially under the in-music portfolio. I think this is a possibility. I don't know if they quite buy Virtual DJ. I think they may try at least make an offer, a plead to be able to get that. The amount of effort that's going to take to get Prime to something really good, I think is too far of a stretch, but hey, you never know. But this is kind of where we're at now. I think in the end, this kind of doesn't work out for everybody because we're seeing this, this contraction of options that's out there. I think competition is going to start to stagnate some now, but of course, only time will tell. Well, I hope you liked this video, and if so, please comment below, hit that thumbs up, engage in the video. I really hope that you like all this, and stay tuned for more.